So today I wanted to create this makeup look. It is really dramatic and really purple. I would recommend wearing it like on a night out or something. I mean, I would wear this in the afternoon. It doesn't really bug me. Just wanted to do something different using color because I really haven't done much on my channel with colorful eyeshadows, so I thought I would do this. I hope you guys like this video, and if you want to see how to get this look, please keep watching. Okay, so today I'm starting with my eyes first because I'm going to be working with dark colors and a glittery eyeshadow, and I'm using tape so I don't want to ruin my foundation, so I'm priming my eyes with my MAC paint pot, and then I'm taking Scotch tape. I'm using this to get that really sharp edge against my eye because I'm going to be doing more of a cat eye. And first I'm taking a little bit of translucent powder and I'm putting it where I'm going to put that tape down. That way when I take it off, it's not as sticky and it won't hurt taking it off. And I'm going from the arch of my brow, then bringing it down. That's the best way to figure out where to put the tape. And I'm also putting some of that powder over top of my eyelids just to set that paint pot so it's easier for the eyeshadows to blend out. I don't normally do this, but since I had the powder out next to me, I thought I would. And the first eyeshadow I'm using is Wisteria. This is eyeshadows from Geek. I think I've used this before. And I'm using a Zoeva blending brush to put this color in the crease of my eye. And you can build this color up if you want to. I'm just going to leave it like this. I just wanted something light to help blend out the darker colors I'm going to be using next. And now I'm taking Nocturnelle. This eyeshadow is from MAC, and I'm using my Sigma E25 brush to put this color in the crease. I'm going in with a darker color and a brush that's a little bit smaller and more precise. Doing this is just going to give more dimension to the eye. Just make sure not to bring the color up too high. Try to keep it low or it will start to look like you got hit in the face instead of a smoky eye. And when you're blending the color out of your outer corner, make sure to bring your brush all the way onto the tape. So like you're bringing the eyeshadow outwards because that's what's going to give you that sharp edge. So just make sure you use the tape. It's okay if it gets a little bit messy because any fallout will be on the tape. So once you remove it, it will be gone. I went back in with a little bit more of Wisteria on a clean brush. I'm just using this to blend out these eyeshadows. This will just make sure everything is nice and blended with no harsh lines. And now I'm taking Burlesque eyeshadow. This is from Geek, and I'm using my MAC 242 brush only because the one I wanted to use was dirty. Just use something that's a little bit smaller that you can fit like perfectly in your crease. And I'm just bringing this from the inner corners to the outer corner, kind of like if we were doing a cut crease, and then went back in with my blending brush just to blend it out. Then I'm taking Corrupt. Any black eyeshadow will work. This one is just my favorite. It's super dark and pigmented and it blends out really nice. So I'm using a pencil brush. This brush is actually from Geek. And I'm drawing out my outer V, then filling it in. I'm bringing it in just a little bit against my lash line just because it helps me get more of that outer V shape because I don't really have large lids. If you do, it will be like a lot easier for you to fill in your outer V. I kind of have to make my own. And then I picked up a little bit more of that black eyeshadow on my blending brush and I just blended out the outer corner of my eye. And I took a clean brush. It's the same brush. It's the Sigma E25, just a different one. Just because going in with a clean brush after this will help blend it out without adding any more of that dark eyeshadow. And you're going to see once this clip is done, once I'm done blending it out, I'm going back in with Burlesque eyeshadow. I'm just putting this back into my crease because I felt like when I blended it out, it kind of got blended away because the last two purple eyeshadows I used had shimmer, and shimmer eyeshadows blend out really easy, so that's what I'm just doing now. You can totally skip that part. I just wanted mine to be a little bit darker. And now I'm taking a Makeup Forever eyeshadow. I'll have the number of it down below in the description bar. And I'm wetting my brush. This eyeshadow is like a taupe with a little bit of silver. It's very glittery and shimmery. With eyeshadows like this, I sometimes use a glitter glue so it sticks and so there's no fallout. But if you wet in your brush, it will do the same thing. And it will also make your eyeshadow more pigmented and just look more intense. And I'm going to be applying the color on the inner part of my lid and bring it until it meets the black on the outer corner. And so there's not a harsh line from the taupe color to the black. I'm going to put a little bit of the eyeshadow over top of where the black eyeshadow starts. And then I took a clean pencil brush and I'm just using this to blend the two colors together just a little bit. Now I'm taking Blanc Type and I'm using this to blend above my crease. This will help if the purple eyeshadows got brought up too high, and it will also give a little bit of a highlight to your brow bone. Now I'm going to be removing the tape. If you're just starting out with winged liner and you're not really good at it, you can keep the tape on and then do your wing, and then once you remove it, you'll have a nice, clean, straight wing. If you're using purples and blacks like I am, I would recommend doing this with the tape and making it a cat eye, because if you wrap it all the way around your eyes, it can easily turn into a hot mess and kind of look like a panda. But if that's what you're going for, no judgment, girl, you rock that panda eye. It's just makeup. You can do whatever you want, but for this look, I wanted a cat eye. And I'm going to be doing my eyeliner. I'm going to be doing a pretty dramatic wing because I thought dramatic eyes, dramatic wing. And I'm doing a cat eye, so at the time I felt like it just made sense. And that clip of the eyeliner I showed you is Makeup Geek's gel liner in Immortal. If you use liquid liner, you can go ahead and use that. I always use gel liner, so that's what I'm using. And I've applied a few coats of mascara using MAC's Giga Black Lash Mascara. And now I'm applying false lashes. These lashes are from Ardell. And now for primer, I'm using the Urban Decay Brightening and Tightening Complexion Primer Potion. That's the name of it, and I'm just going to be applying this all over my face. And for foundation, I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation, and I just apply this right from the tube, and then I blend it out with my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki Foundation Brush. Before you go and apply your foundation and primer, if you have any fallout underneath your eyes from the eyeshadows, you can just take a makeup wipe and remove it, and then go in with your primer and foundation. I didn't have that though, so I just went in with my primer and foundation as I normally do. For concealer, I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I'm using this to highlight, so I'm putting this in an upside down triangle under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my chin, and my forehead. If you have dark circles, this could easily enhance them instead of cover them up. What you want to do is go in with a darker, more orange concealer before you put on your foundation. So cover up your dark circles with orange concealer and then go in with your foundation, and then you can use a lighter concealer to highlight. Now I'm going in with the Smashbox step-by-step contour sticks. It comes with 3 shades. It comes with a highlight stick, a contour stick, and a bronze stick. I'm using the contour one, and I'm putting this where I would normally put my powder bronzer. So I'm putting it on my jawline, the hollows of my cheeks, and my forehead. And I also put 2 lines down the side of my nose. Started blending out my jawline with the angled brush from Sigma, but then I decided I wanted something a little bit more precise, so I went in with the dual fiber brush from MAC and I just blended it out, and then I went back in with my foundation brush and I'm just blending around it just to make sure it's blended out and there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going back in with my beauty blender and I'm just blending out underneath my eyes just to make sure there's no creasing, because if it did crease and you go and set it, then you're just going to be using the powder to set the creases, and that's not what we want to do. So blend it out, make sure there's no creases, and then go in with your powder to set it. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder mixed with the MAC Emphasize powder, and I'm just putting it everywhere I put that concealer, so I'm also putting it on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin. Now I'm taking this powder bronzer from Girlactik in the shade Cabo, and I'm using this to set my cream contour. This is also going to darken it just a little bit. If you're happy with how dark your contour is and you don't want it to get any darker from this bronzer, you can just take a translucent powder and set the rest of your face, and that will stop the creams from moving around. If you have oily skin, I would recommend doing that. And now I'm using the same brush and I'm just going to contour my nose just a little bit. Nothing too intense, I just wanted to give a little bit of a shadow to my nose. And I'm taking my Emphasize powder now, and I'm just using this to clean up underneath my contour. Usually I use like a translucent powder, but I just use my Emphasize powder for today. Then to highlight my face, I'm using this highlighter from Makeup Forever. This is a really light highlight, so if you have dark skin, it might be a little bit too light for you. But Becca's highlighter in Champagne Pop is a really good highlighter for dark skin, so if you have that, you could use that. Any highlighter will work. You can even use an eyeshadow if you don't have an actual highlighter. For blush, I'm using this blush from Tarte. It's one of their Amazionian clay blushes. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, so I'll just leave it down below in the description bar. I'm just patting a little bit onto the apples of my cheeks, and I'm taking a long hair dual fiber brush, and I'm just blending around my blush just to make sure there's no harsh lines and everything's blended together. And then for my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. This is the shade Auburn. I wanted to use the shade Chocolate, but I accidentally grabbed the wrong one from my house. I had to grab it from the other house that we're moving into, so I had to use this one. This one's a little bit lighter and a little bit too warm. Since I dyed my hair black, I wanted to use something, that's a little bit darker. So that's why my eyebrows look kind of a little bit warmer today, but I'm going in with a brow powder just to try and fix that. The brow powder I'm using is in the shade Chocolate, and I'm using the darker one just to kind of fill it in and set this cream. Now I'm taking a black eye kohl. This is Smolder from MAC, and I'm putting this in my waterline, and I'm also tightlining, which if you don't know what tightlining is, it's just like putting the black eye kohl on your upper waterline. The only reason my eye was closed when I was doing my eyeliner is just because for me, I don't know, I've always done it like that, so when I close it, I get it on the top and bottom. I don't know, I've always done it like that, so that's why. Now I'm going back in with Nocturnelle eyeshadow, and I'm using a pencil brush, and I'm just smudging out that eye kohl and just blending out my lower lash line. Now I'm taking Shroom eyeshadow from MAC. This is a shimmery vanilla shade, and I'm using this to highlight the inner corner of my eye, and I'm also using this to highlight my brow bone. If you want to use like a matte highlight, that would be good too. I feel like using a shimmery highlight made this eye look very frosty. Then I'm taking my mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and I just applied a few coats to my lower lashes. And for my lips, first I'm using the Urban Decay Lip Liner in the shade Rush, and I'm just outlining my lips. And now I'm going in with MAC's Myth lipstick. This is a really nude lipstick, and I'm using a lip brush so I can blend out that lip liner so it's not a harsh line. And then this is the finished look. I hope you guys like this, and I will see you in my next video.